So after a lot of running and bitching, I finally did it. Y'all probably can't hear me. But yeah, let's do it. Fucking finally.
I wonder how things are coming along. You've achieved some impressive results in a short period of time. Some of you seem to have even a modicum of skill for speed reading and memorization. Keep the principles of time in mind during every test. You shape the past and future of countless cookies, after all.
I'll remember that. The records really whoa. The records really fly by so fast, I don't know what to look at first. I'm pretty good at speed reading, but this is still a bit much. What do you think we should be looking for as a divergence point? It has to be something related to Cookie's lives, right? What about when Butterbear Cookie made a Lollipop Cookie into a real cookie?
Oh, what? That only changed Lollipop Cookie, though. It wouldn't have affected the lives of other cookies.
What about when Pidgeot Dragon gave Fire Spirit his powers? Do you think I could have influenced the timeline? You know I'd love to meet a dragon.
If it just happened once, I think it'd be the same as Lollipop Cookie's situation.
What about when Owl Cookie fits Cyborg Cookie? Would that be considered as just affecting one cookie's future? Or would it count as a change in the trajectory of Cookie Kind?
I don't think we should be looking at things as individual events. It's not the events that matter, but what might cause a divergent timeline to give so much influence it needs to be trimmed.
Gosh, this is so hard. I spent my entire life thinking all I need to know about time was how to read a clock.
You're all working hard. Let me give you some advice.
Timekeeper Cookie!
Don't get caught up thinking that what's already recorded is all there is time. Timekeeper Cookie, that's just going to confuse the interns more. I'm just trying to get them to think out of the box. After all, there are portions of time that no cookie has ever explored, but that's it for my little tips. Good luck, everyone! Are they talking about the temporal barrier? Okay, time's up. Take turns presenting your findings, starting with, yes, you.
I can see that if Long and Dragon had not awakened, the dragons would have not faced the issues they did. So the divergence point had to be Long and Dragon's awakening.
Incorrect. You had the right idea focusing on the dragons, but Long and Dragon's awakening was not a divergence point. That was more of a consequence of the divergence itself. When it comes to the dragons, the proper divergence point would be when Long Dragon Cookie asked the cookies to gather life powder. Had Long and Dragon used a different method to gain power, the cookies would not have disappeared from the timeline, and the other dragons would have made significantly different decisions.
Oh, I thought that their awakening had to have the biggest influence. Don't be so disappointed. I used to make a lot of mistakes like that too. Our manager here also thinks that's important you learn as you work.
I've determined that the corruption of Sea Fairy Cookie's tear caused a divergence. If the tear was not corrupted, Octopus Cookie would not have become Abyss Monarch. What? Oh wait, no. Squid Ink Cookie and Octopus Cookie are not the same. My bad. And Wander Crab would be completely different from what it is today. The influence of the corruption on the remainder of the timeline makes it critical in the development of the events that came after it. So while the corruption itself may not have had a major effect, it caused a buildup of events that changed the timeline we are in today. There are many reference materials regarding related events, that I could not cover them all in the 1 hour we were given, but there is enough available that I was able to make difference based on a few materials. Excellent deduction. That is the essence of what it is to work in the time registry and determine critical divergence points. Often the most major events cannot be narrowed down to just 1 point. You must get a grasp of all related time, both past and future, based on the materials available to determine the exact divergence point. I hope all of you will take note of this.
Oh, well, this just comes natural to some cookies, and that's okay.
I believe this hands-on experience and assessment of your abilities in time registry will have helped you all realize just how often timeline divergence occurs, as well as how even a small event can have a major impact on the timeline. I hope that you will apply this new understanding of the value of time and the weight of our responsibility to manage it to your upcoming assessments for other divisions as well. Baguette Cookie is always so serious. I'd almost like to see who's more serious between her and Panda Campaign Cookie. I'll suggest it as a possible event for the next department-wide gathering. Shall we move on to the next division then? If you love how... My bad. Hang on. I need a drink. If you love how objects hold on to describe time itself, you should come to the Relic Management Division.
This looks more like some century vintage shop than our division of the TBD. You've got some guts to say that in front of the division head himself. Are you sure you even want this job? There's so many things I'm prepared to teach you if you come to Relic Management. After all, there's many things you must learn to properly handle relics. But I'll teach you everything you need to know.
Schneeball Cookie, you're gonna scare off all the new recruits if you put it that way. Now then, let's get started on our assessment. All you gotta do is uncover time relics to preserve in our collection. You gotta know what a time relic is to spot one, though. To put it simply, a time relic is something that holds meaning throughout an entire timeline. Don't get too nervous about the assessment, though. As long as you follow our instructions, you'll be sure to pass. Here's the list of relics we need sent to the Relic Division. Let's see. Broken Churl Branch, the Used Quill, and Sugar Stones. These all seem a bit too ordinary to be relics. Is this like divergence points where it's actually the smaller things that are more important? Don't judge a book by its cover, or rather, don't judge a relic by its simplicity. Time relics are different from the fancy things you might spot
Sorry.
in an ordinary museum. Anyway, hop onto the time drive and let's get going. You all haven't been to technology development yet, right? So I guess you won't know how to pilot one of these. I just set it to autopilot. No matter how skilled the autopilot someone is, one mistake and you're gonna end up lost in time, and nobody wants that, so keep your dough off the controls.
I'm sure you're all aware of acting on your own against instructions will automatically disqualify you. The heck?
Jesus.
You're from hiring in all timelines, right? Haha.
Anyway, we're gonna start off with a place you all should have heard of, the city of the Millennial Tree.
Holy shit, I am struggling! Wow, so this is the city we've heard so much about. Hey, look, there's served cookies from the Trail Tribe sleeping tied to the trees over here. I wonder why they're asleep. I swear I saw something about this in Time Registry's records. The records mentioned that they were put into a slumber by Pomegranate Cookie's curse. When the curse is broken, they all wake up. I don't see Trail Cookie anywhere, so I assume the curse is still full effect in this time period. Wow, how do you remember all that? Honestly, if you don't pass this assessment, call me a cake-hound. I'd say you're about as smart as one already. Damn! Now don't get too worked up. The Time Balance Department is for rational, reasonable cookies after all. However, that does not mean cookies who spend their crucial time at work trying to land jets will get off without a warning. Sorry! I don't know which one of these branches would count as the Churro branch from the list. How similar do the routes we collect have to be to the research samples?
Now look at that, we got a smart question. I'd expect no less from TBD recruits. Believe it or not, relics have no meaning if they're not the exact relics we are looking for.
Jesus,
As there are differences in each timeline, it's nearly impossible to find an exact match across them all. I wish someone to routes may appear which timelines they will in effect may differ greatly. You have to use your quantum monitor.
Yo, what?
To analyze the relic and make sure it's the correct route from the correct point of the target timeline. Now look over here! This branch looks as if it's bright red and fully overcome by the curse. But a closer look reveals a green blood, proof that the curse is being lifted. This branch is important because it allows us to determine the point in time that serves as the divergent trigger at the end of the curse. Who carefully listens to the relic to get to make it?
What if these cookies realize something was taken when they wake up from the curse? I don't want cookies to think I'm a thief or anything. Is there a way to modify the timeline of sleeping cookies? To prevent similar issues, all you have to do is snip off the timeline where the relic was created. Often relics are small, ordinary items that would not be recognizable by anyone outside the DVD, so they don't have too big of an effect. And there we go! Timeline snipped with the Time Weaver scissors! Now because the timeline that created relic has ceased to exist, there's no possibility for a future where it is never be discovered by explorers or archaeologists. That's kinda sad, thinking about it. We've got what we needed here, so let's move on to our next site. Christmas! This is Snowbell Academy. I'm sure all of you have received a holiday present from this academy at one point or another. Well, I can't believe Holiday Cookie really insists. Holiday Cookie really insists. Oh, Holiday Cookies really insist. I feel like a young cookie all over again.
How are we supposed to find the right quill here? It's a school. There are quills all over the place. Is there some of Is there some sort of device that will help us find relics?
That, my friend, is our job as employees of the Relic Management Division. The ability to uncover relic rare, but the ordinary will help. Fuck. Now, no more delay. Let's start searching Snowbell Academy.
The principal's office.
I'm sure the principal's got the good quills, or maybe in the spirit of the holidays, and experienced Holiday Cookie will be giving the better quills to the students and have an old use one themselves.
I think you're right. Timelines are important to the timeline, so it's better more likely they're in important places, just like the director's office in the TVD.
Ah, great observation. Let's follow that line of thought. Take a peek into the office from the time rift.
Oh. Oh! It doesn't feel right to get rid of the first Holiday Cookie's things. I wish we could keep everything, but that would be against their wishes.
Look, that cookie's got an old used quill in their hands. Looks like I had the right idea for looking in the principal's office.
The last of the students they taught directly have now graduated Snowbell Academy, so now I will rid this academy of traces of them, just as they requested. I feel bad getting rid of everything all at once, so I suppose I'll start with the smaller things.
Okay, you can throw it away. Right into our hands, haha.
Dear old Quill, you've served Holiday Cookies well since the days of gift delivery. May you get the rest you've now long deserved.
And straight into the trash. This is our chance. Get that quill! It's said that the very first Holiday Cookie used this quill to write everything, but this we can backtrack and figure out everything that they wrote.
This relic is mine to study.
Oh, come on, Schneeball Cookie. I want to analyze this one. What do you say to a fair game of rock, paper, scissors?
I don't think it's very professional of you two to act like this in front of our new interns. We may have a problem if you truly are convinced that you'll train new recruits with such chaotic attitudes. Or is this all part of a bigger plan to show you're ready to hand off the Relic Management to new incoming talent?
Oh, darn, Fonku.
Fonku? Yeah, Fonku. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. Yeah, that's how I would have done it.
No, we were all good. We just wanted to appeal to how much of a close-knit division we are. Isn't that right, Schneeball Cookie?
Of course. I couldn't do anything without my reliable, trustworthy superior here. I'd bet my relics on it. I'll be keeping an eye on you two, haha.
I'm sure you're all feeling stale from all that time draft travel, but there's one step left. We gotta take these relics we got into the relic display, sort them, and reserve them for future research.
The key is preservation, so you've got to be careful. Prepare to let your own dough crumble before you let so much as a single crumb fall off these relics. Threats of physical violence are not conducted in positive team building, Schneeball Cookie, especially with new interns. This will be made note of in your next performance evaluation.
No, all my plans are... Okay, everyone, please gather the relics and follow me. I'll teach you absolutely everything you know.
God, fucking Dark Foundry Cookie is such a bitch. Such backseat management.
Watch this!
What's this? It wasn't on our list. It kind of looks like the relic we collected at the City of the Millennial Tree. It's different from the relic we collected, though. We should check it with the chronometer.
It has to be from something important. It's even got the super important looking mark on it. Oh, that's a top secret relic that needs to go straight to the director's office. Maple Taffy Cookie? Now, what's this old thing doing here? Did any of you touch this?
Nobody touched it.
Phew, now that could have been messy. Good thing it didn't connect to any of your timelines. I've got to take this to the director. Can someone guide the entrance to the next division? That's it for the Relic Management Division, folks. Great meeting you. Hope to see you again.
Although I don't generally approve of leaving your station, I can't argue if it is director's orders. I'll take the interns for their next assessments. Everyone follow me, please. The director's office. That must be a really important relic.
We're applying what we learned at Snowbell Academy right away. Guess cookies really do learn useful things at school, huh?
Oh, look at them all. I'm sure you're all familiar with the clock square, right? Oh, why is she up there? Hang on. Well. I wonder how many will be left in the end. Alright. Please wait a moment. It seems we have a few moments to spare before the next test. In the meantime, let me introduce the cookie that should be guiding you. Oh god, there's more fucking story. Alright. Marble Bright Cookie, please take charge of the interns until their next assessment is ready.
Our division is the ones hiring. Why did you bring them all here? It's making me uneasy.
Who knows? Perhaps one of our new interns will find their calling here. I know you have a tendency to be lazy, but I'm sure showing interns around isn't too much, even for you. Or is it?
It's not, but what exactly is in the works for the department to be hiring so many cookies at once?
Well now, I've never heard you be so interested in the affairs of the department. What an encouraging...
Drop my phone. What an encouraging development. It's not exactly reassuring when you laugh like that.
I'm just complimenting your approving attitude regarding work. Anyways, I have things to do, places to be. I'll leave the interns to you for now.
This is facilities management. Honestly, if I could, I'd let you all have a break until Dark Fondue Cookie comes back, but might as well show you around, I guess. There's not much to see here. We collect trash and send it off into the time rift. Do you want to sort out time trash or something?
Wow, is this where all the time I waste goes? It's like a look into my past.
Why would your time be at the TBD? It's just a jet that's left over from what the TBD does.
I mean, he might not be completely wrong. The intro video said they useless divergent timelines for Trim to remove their influence on the core timeline. What happens to Trim timelines? Do they end up here in the trash?
I don't think I can answer that question. You probably have to ask the director, or maybe Dark Fondue Cookie.
Come on! The director's intimidating to greedy little interns like us. How can we just go up and ask him? And Dark Fondue Cookie's in charge of evaluating us. That's serious for a whole different reason. You're the only one we can open up to and ask the big questions like this. Come on, Marble Bright Cookie, you're the only thing we can trust.
All I did was show you trash. This is a tough one. I have to change the subject by bringing something that might be interesting in. You all watched the intro video, right? What divisions do you want to join? I'll let you know anything I know, even if it might not be much.
I want to go to the technology division and develop something even faster than a time craft. Directly ties into the research I was doing on supersonic aircraft. I doubt you'll be able to do that. You heard what happened with the time manipulator. It was a huge divergence point. I want to go to the emergency neutralization division.
Me too! If it weren't for the end, we would have gotten caught up in that mess with the dragons. Did you see how painful Campaign Cookie led that operation? I'm looking forward to the assessment with him.
What kind of cookie is in charge of something as important as the time balance department anyways?
Aren't you the ambitious one? Only trying to edge your way into the night and then that's the bad but do you know what? I'll cheer you on as one of your peers.
I really can't say a thing without you wanting to get the final word, can I?
She fucking pissed.
Man, the more I look at this, the more it looks like a spaceship or something. You know, I got to experience sitting in a spaceship when I toured Casa. I wonder if the time it's anything like deep space.
I'm not against you getting a closer look, but don't go around pressing buttons or anything. We don't want you to get sucked into the time rift.
What is in the time rift exactly?
The space between timelines that can't be defined by a specific coordinates by any of the TBD's technology. It's also used by employees here to travel between timelines. If you get dragged into the time rift without equipment, your timeline will get all twisted up and even your dough will crumble apart.
Whoa! Is it kind of like if a cookie gets out of space without a spacesuit? Can we get a closer look at the trash chute? It's fine as we don't touch it or anything, right? This is our only opportunity to see the most advanced shredder the cookie world has ever seen. Let us sort some time trash. We were all experts in our old jobs, you know. Just say the word, we'll do what we can to help.
This isn't part of your assessment. You can take a break and just look around. Why are y'all working so hard? Maybe if you go to the Crob where you can find some pretty to test you on something. Where's Dark Fondue Cookie? Jesus! I cannot read on this video. Where's Dark Fondue Cookie? She's got to come back and take these interns off my hands.
You must be exhausted from all this.
Finally, someone who understands me. I hope you pass your assessments. Hopefully you won't cause any problems for me as an employee.
Nobody's here. Of course they aren't. It was obvious he was just trying to get us out of his space.
No, look! Someone's over there! It's not Dark Fondue Cookie, though! Well. Well, hang on, she's right fucking there. Okay, and we'll finish off with it.
You all are awfully motivated. Should I let you do a quick review before your test? I am saying this for your own good, you know.
Alright.
Shall we begin the evaluation? Prove your worth and skills.
Well,
Time to do my work off screen, off screen, and off the team.